Hey Jennifer, it's Nicole. I'm gonna try and attach this video to your email and see if I can do a personal email video thing. We'll hope it works because I don't want to type, so we'll see. I got your letter today. There it is. Well, okay. Glad to hear from you because I haven't heard from you in a few days, so I'm sure you've been occupied for your said fiance, you know. Anyway, about the supernatural story. Okay. From this point on, if you're watching this at work, probably don't watch anymore from here on. Okay, because it's going to get a little interesting. So, if you're at home, please keep watching, get comfy, awesome. If you're at work, just save it until you get home. Okay, so you're at home, right? Good. About the story, here's my thoughts. I don't want to do a threesome either. I'm sick of writing them. It's just, I don't know, I'm over it, you know? It's too much energy, it's time consuming, and I've done it to death, so no more threesomes. I finished it up in Heroes, my Heroes fix that I finished, and I don't want to do it anymore. Something new. So I'm right there with you on that one. Now I do want to, like I say, when we do this, I would like to, have to write hot sex scenes and stuff, that's fine. But it's a, couple sex scene, not a couple sex scene and a horse, or, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. So I was thinking, I like the vampire who gets turned, and, she thought it'd be great and awesome, and then she's not happy with it, and the human guy, he, shows her, he helps her reconnect with her humanity. So I like that. Then I was thinking the other two supernatural people we could have is a werewolf guy and a witch girl. And that would be our other two couple. Basically, I was thinking like this. My hair is just bugging me today, so sorry. I was thinking we could do it like this. We have this, wherever we set this, okay, up, we set it like, vampires and witches and werewolves, and those are real people, and, they're out in humanity. Okay, so the human populace knows about these people. And there's like a council of 4. There's a vampire, a werewolf, a witch, and a human. And they kind of control, what's going on with the supernatural community. They're like the governing body of it. Okay? And we can have one person from each supernatural family. We'd have to think of the family names. We'd have to think of who's in each family, blah, 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 that sort of thing. Where this is set, who's doing what, that sort of thing. And of course, we have the star-crossed lovers, the human, the vampire, the witch, and the werewolf, and their families want them to marry in the family, not out the family. That sort of thing is fine. Then we, basically I was thinking too, that within each family structure, we can have the main character, like the vampire girl, her coven or whatever wants her to marry into, they want her to marry this other vampire guy. And maybe there's like a conflict there because she doesn't like it, but he likes her, and she likes the human guy, or like she's betrothed, or she's intended to some other guy. And that's the same with the werewolf, which is the whole thing. And then I don't want to have a ton of people. Like, I want to have like our main character and like the head of each family, and they have either a friend and then a betrothed intended in their family, and a little bit of other people to kind of create conflict. I don't know. How many people do you think? Like, a couple of maybe 10, 15 main people that they interact all the time, and then we could just do some extra people. I think with the main people we'd have to do bios, and with their intimate little circle is fine. But other than that, I think we could just have, like, you know, oh, Jack the werewolf guy walked in and he said this and he went off, you know, that sort of thing. I think the werewolves would be more like a military kind of thing. So there's, like, the general and the head lieutenant, and the werewolves, I mean, the witches are like a coven, and the vampires are like kind of government-y. And maybe there's, like, the supernatural people don't like the humans, and the humans don't like the vampires, and, you know, we can do all that. That's fine. Anyway, my other thing is, too, I was thinking, since you want to have the vampire like the human guy, which is totally good with me, you can create the vampire girl and the human guy and do the bios for them. Okay? Because you thought of that couple, so that's totally you. Those are your two people. You can do whatever you want with them, whoever you want them to be, as long as there's a bio for me, so when I write them, I know, like, you know, I don't have, if you have the vampire girl be like this really depressed person, I don't have her be a super happy person, you know? So if you just send me the bios of those two, I'd be totally fine. And then I'll create the bio for the werewolf and the witches. And that I can do. And then maybe you can create all the vampire people that you want to have in there and all the humans. And just do bios or a list or whoever. And you can kind of create the human, like, group coven, you know, thing into the supernatural thing. And you can do the vampire community, and I could do the werewolf community and the witches community. And then once we get that done, I think we can figure out how we want it to be, like in what city, what state, and blah, 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 and that sort of thing. Other than that, you know, power-wise, I think it's pretty easy to figure out. All the supernatural people are super strong. The witches have powers, but what kind of powers? We'd have to figure that out. What powers do the vampires have? I don't really know if I want to have the vampires can't go out in the daylight. I just think, I don't know about that. I mean, how would they socialize and how would they rule the government? And maybe they all have special rings, like Vampire Diary kind of thing. I don't know. I don't want to do... One thing you got to keep me away from, please don't let me do a whole Twilight thing. I've got to stay away from that. Nobody named Edward, no one named Bella, no one named Jacob, that sort of thing. Everybody isn't a teenager. We can have a few teenager people, but we don't want to have all, you know what I mean? Let's do a little more mature, kind of soap opera-y. Maybe the vampire girl should be kind of young, not too young, but kind of young. That's about it right there. Other than that, I can't think of too much else. So, yeah, it's like I say, we can definitely figure it out as we go along. I thought I had something else to say, and I can't remember. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just racking my brain. Yeah, so hold on, let me check real quick.